Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Hi. So today we will be talking about the rising cost of living. Isn't that affecting everybody these days? So I have my friend here online, D, and we're going to be talking about the rising cost of living, the inflation rate that is going up and up and up. We can't buy food anymore. It is affecting all of us. It's about a 8% increase when you go to the grocery store.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're a family of 4 or 5, you're looking to spend at least a additional $1,000 at the grocery store, guys. That's not nice, right? That is going to send us crazy. Some people just don't even know how to begin to deal with something like that. What are your thoughts, Dee?
Well, I see that the prices are going up, 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 but the salaries aren't moving at all. So I'm seeing a huge discrepancy in financial equality here. And with these rising gas prices and people can't even get housing. It's terrible. We're in a terrible situation.
Yeah, it's mind-boggling, and it's gonna be hard for some people to even go to the grocery store. I wonder
Mm.
how they're going to be coping, like for me, I don't my salary didn't go up, but I'm wondering if this is going to be just because of the pandemic or because the price is going to even out after a while,
Well, we can
or the
only
price
hope.
is going to go.
I don't know. It's a great question because from what we've seen in history, it's once they go up, they seem to stay up, and people get sort of comfortable with that. But this is, I think, extreme. It's not just the pandemic. I think it's the war, and it's affecting oil and things like that. So I don't know, but nobody's telling me I'm getting a raise. I can tell you that. What about you?
Are you getting a raise?
Absolutely not.
Oh, well, I mean, people aren't getting a raise these days. I don't think so.
No.
Because first of all, there is shortage of labor. That is one reason why I think the prices are jumping sky high. You know, the cost of there's less people working. There's people who don't want to work because of the pandemic. They don't want to work.
Well, but let's think about in the past, like how
Give
it.
me a second, D. Give me a second.
Sure.
Yeah, sorry about that, guys. Yeah, so the um the cost of living is just going through the roof. What was
Hmm.
I saying before I had to talk to my daughter?
Oh, yeah, good question. What were you saying?
Oh yeah.
Oh, the labor. Yes.
Oh yes, labor costs. Labor costs gone. I mean, nobody wants to work, and because we have labor shortage, that is some of the reason why the prices and we are paying for it, right?
Mm,
You don't think so?
I don't think so. I don't know. I just see it that they find every excuse, true or not, to raise prices. Look, it's like every winter. How does this work? Every winter, our heating it goes sky high, and gas goes high, and then they in the summer it goes low because hardly anyone uses it, and there's always some excuse. Oh, it's this. Oh, it's that. Oh, and then but it's ridiculous. It's inconsistent. That's what I see. I see that they just
Yeah,
jack
but
up
for
prices
years though, the
whenever.
gas price been going. For years though, the gas price been going up, it fluctuate.
Mm-hmm.
But what don't fluctuate though is our grocery bill. This is the first year I've
Yeah.
seen the grocery bill gone skyrocket. I mean,
Oh
it's
yeah.
so high that even me now have to start looking at the cost of goods and
Yep.
looking. I have to, and that leads us in what is it people going to do?
I don't know. It's a great question because think about back in the past, growing up, it was one parent could work and support a family on that salary and have either enough for rent or a mortgage.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and now, and have a car, right?
Right,
And
and have disposable income.
yeah, but that's impossible. Two people working in the same household are having a hard time keeping, making ends meet. It's ridiculous.
Not only does that, people can't even go out anymore. Like, I mean, the when I go to the restaurant, I went to the restaurant a couple days ago, and the prices raised, and I'm like, oh my God, I used to pay, like I used to have a go to this Vietnamese restaurant. It used to be like $10 for the vermicelli, the
Hmm.
pork vermicelli, and now it's about $15 for the vermicelli. So that's a $4 or $5 increase
Yeah.
on your bill. And I went to Earl's, and their steak was like $44. You're looking at $44, and I couldn't buy a steak. And there's nothing under $25 there.
Well, I could tell
Right?
you, with the prices of meat these days, I think we're going to have way more vegetarians in the world because even us, like I don't even remember the last time I had beef. Now it's so expensive. It's ridiculous. I just can't even get over the prices. I just can't. And so, how are young people? Here's the question. How are young people who are just finishing their education, working towards independence, how are they affording to live outside of the home? This is why we see children, back several decades before, children were moving out by the time they were 21. Now, children are 30 and they're still living often with their parents because it's so
Yeah.
expensive.
They can't move out. And even if that's why they need help, though, they need
Hmm.
help. And they're staying home longer due to the fact. So I want to take this, how do we cut costs? That's one of my questions. How does let me ask this question. How does raising costs is impacting you, like as an individual? Anybody out there who wants to answer this question, please let me know. I mean, I would love for you guys to at least come online and tell us how does the rising cost impacting you.
Yeah. And can people write in the chat, or if they come on, they don't have to be on camera? It's fine.
Right. So, you know, how is it going to impact you? I know some of the ways, I mean, you can't order out as frequently as you used to do, right?
Hmm.
You can't, you have to start, if you have the money, I would say you have to start purchasing in bulk, right? Those are some of the things you can do to cut costs. Pay attention to your grocery bill,
Pay
right?
attention to the sales. Yep.
Right, the promotion, what is going on.
Yep.
Stay in the know so you know what is going on around you, right? Because sometimes if the gas price go down, you can go fill up, right? You'll save like a buck here and a buck there, right? So those are ways you can cut costs, right? Or you can grow your food if you have the opportunity to do so, or if you're living in a nice climate, right? Like if you live in Florida, you can probably grow a few food in your backyard, right? like vegetables and so on and so forth, right?
Yeah.
Eat out less, I would say. If
Yes.
you eat out 3 or 4 times a week, just eat out once a week, and that will save you some money, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. For some people, it will be changes in lifestyle and habits. And then for other people who have never even indulged that much in that, it's even less for them. Like, how are they cutting back when they have, say, for families that could never afford to go out to eat anyways? How are they managing with their grocery bill, their heating
I
bill?
don't know.
Yeah.
So, but what we can do though to help out those people is contact our community, right? Support our local community, like donate. If you
Hmm.
find that you have a lot of grocery or it's not impacting you as much, donate more, right? Look
Yeah.
into your cupboard. You have some food there that you're not using, donate it. That's what I say.
Yeah. Well,
Right? We have to give. In times like this, we have to give because we have to remember that a lot of people cannot afford it. And some people have a 4, 5, 6 people in their household to feed and they can't afford it. So I would say donate more, right?
yeah. Yeah.
You need to call up your family members. If you know for that your family or a family you have is struggling, send them $1, send them a couple dollars, right? You have to
Mhm.
be helpful. I know for me, I live in well, I'm here, I'm an immigrant, so we normally like help out our family member back home. I mean, if you have it, it is not, you see, but sometimes even family back home don't understand that it is also impacting us here in North America. But can you imagine what is happening in the third world country?
Oh, yeah. 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 No, they're in very dire situations.
Right,
Really.
very.
Yeah. No, it's quite sad what's going on, really. But what I can't get over is the price of housing, for example, lately. That's through the roof. Just look in BC or in Toronto. I mean,
Even in Calgary here, the price has
yeah.
gone up.
I
I'm
mean,
wondering how
who?
people,
Yeah. How are they affording it? Who
oh,
is
they're
buying
affording
this?
it. I think it's because interest rate is low. But what
I
is going to happen when interest rate goes back up?
I don't know, but I mean, who is able to afford these shacks that are $1 million?
I mean, I live in a shack and
No,
it's
you
quite, I mean, I can't buy it back if I sell it. Oh God, people. Yes, I do. I
do
mean,
not.
because material costs, I need to update my house and I can't. If you see, if you look behind me, I still have all the brown paneling. It's quite expensive.
Well, that's it. I mean, I think that's the other part of it. It's our focus needs to change. We're definitely a throwaway type of society. Oh, I'm bored with this. I'm going to change this. I'm going to change this color. I'm going to change it. This is what we do.
I
But
know.
seriously,
We're
I mean,
spoiled.
exactly.
We
I
are
mean, you go,
spoiled.
I, come on. So you go to some other countries, they're barely. I mean, they have a dirt floor. I don't think they're looking, oh, I'm going to
Hmm.
change the color of my dirt. I mean, it's just ridiculous how we just, I don't know. I don't think we don't put enough importance on the right things and we get too
No, we don't.
materialistic.
I mean,
Yeah.
we're just in our little box or our little
Yes.
bubble, and we just stay in our bubble. That is why I'm here today to tell people, okay, don't think about yourself. Think about your family, your friend. Call up somebody, donate, go to the food bank and donate because a lot of people cannot afford it, especially
Hmm.
people with kids and they can't afford to buy nutritional meal, right? And a
Hmm.
way you can do that is by, for example, if you go to the supermarket, you can pick up a few macaroni and cheese, something, and put it into the box right there because usually there's a box there,
Hmm.
and you said to yourself, okay, this is my donation. And it doesn't have to be any brand. right? You can cut the costs by choosing a no name brand,
Hmm.
right? To donate to somebody. So that is something that we all can do. Won't break the bank, and it won't, I mean, we don't have to donate a lot, because if everybody donates something, we will, they'll have something to get, right? They'll
Well, it
have to,
doesn't take much, right?
and
One little thing. But why is this happening is really the question. Why the sudden huge inflation? I don't really understand how it could go up so fast and put
well,
people in such a dire, like very difficult situations.
yeah, because okay, let me try to explain it, or what I understand from it. What is happening is that we are just coming out of a pandemic, and a lot of shutdown has been going on, right?
Hmm.
A lot of money has been given to like the government writing all these checks. And the money has to come from somewhere, right?
Hmm.
And so because of that, we are paying back, right? And for example, is supply and demand.
Right.
So because of supply and demand, it's going to rise. The prices is going to go up. And because they are saying too, there is labor shortage, right? So those are the things that is creating the problem,
So,
right?
what's the solution?
So the solution is eventually it's gonna, I think eventually it's going to stabilize. I hope, right? I hope
It will stabilize, but at
it
a new
will
level.
stabilize.
At a new level, it's that's what always happens.
You see, they always say too much money chasing too few goods.
Hmm.
And that is
Yeah.
why we have this price increase, right?
Yeah. Very, very true. Very true. So, how are people who are retired, who are on a fixed income, who had made plans originally, say 5 years ago, they were doing very well,
Mm-hmm.
comfortable, and then all of a sudden, pandemic, businesses going under, we have to bail them out. Now inflation goes through the roof, and they are no longer, these retirees, a lot of them, able to cover their costs now. And they can't work.
They can't work. I guess they have to depend on certain family members. That is
But
why I'm
isn't that
asking.
horrible? Like, that's what I'm saying. It just
Right.
when it comes out of nowhere, there's no preparation. You just, you think you're okay and then you're not.
Right. That is why we always have to plan for the worst. Right.
Yeah.
People often don't plan for the worst, but you have to plan for the worst.
Well, then I guess we're going to be working till we're 80. Planning for the worst.
Yeah, you have to plan for the worst.
I might get 2 good years out of my retirement to enjoy life. Oh, I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's craziness. You just have to plan for the worst.
Yes,
And
that it's
luckily,
yeah.
luckily Canada have a regulatory system that is, I don't know. I think the system here is quite great. What about countries like if they can't get the food, then the price is even more. I mean, skyrocket. Like, I mean, Jamaica have a regulatory system, but I mean, if there is certain supply and demand, I can imagine that the price is even going to go through the roof.
Well, I mean, look at something like, there's a war going on, as we all know, with Ukraine and Russia, and far away from us. But look at the domino effect it has, right? And so it doesn't take much to throw a huge curve into our living.
Right. It's a lot.
So
It,
yeah,
it's a
yeah.
lot. You know what I want to touch on too? I want to touch on finances, because as you said, like older people who plan, and
Hmm.
then all of a sudden what they need to do is reach out to a professional, like a financial advisor, right?
Mhm.
Because you don't want to wait too long. You don't
Yes.
want to wait too long. So if you find that you can't meet your bills, you can't pay your bills, and you live in a big house, you got to make the decision to let it go, you know? You got to make the decision to sell it now, maybe um, downsize, you know, if you find that you can't pay your bills, right? And you can reduce your credit, right?
Mhm.
So you have to have a different kind of mindset. You have to have an accepting mindset because if you're in a, I wouldn't say we're in a recession, but the price is going up and up and up on the grocery, and you find that you can't afford it because we are the salary isn't increasing. So I would say for a lot of people, they like to shop, right? So
Mhm.
before you shop, ask yourself, do I need it?
Yeah.
Right? Because need and want is two different things, right? You have to ask yourself that and stop buying like big ticket items. I mean, you're not going to deprive yourself. And I know that we're coming out of a pandemic. And so, because we were in a pandemic, we feel trapped or we feel like we weren't we were just in the house, so now we want to get out and
And
spend
live again. Yes.
and live again. But then we realize we have to say, oh, but the price is so high. I
Mhm.
can't just go out and just shopping and doing all these things. I have to consider my finances, you know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
those are some of the things. Talk to your spouse. You know, you and your spouse should be on the same page, knowing like okay, let us budget for the month. Those are things you have to do in order to keep on top of your finances, or else, you know, you're gonna go under. It takes 20 years to build yourself, and it takes, like they said, it takes one day to fall.
Mhm.
You have to be careful, right?
Yes.
And that is, you know, I mean, I sound like I'm preaching to you though, but I'm telling you, you got to do these things, right?
That's right. And what do you tell young adults who are starting out? Like when you explained to me that one of your children is working 2 jobs and still can't pay her bills.
Yeah, because I have my daughter. She works, you know, she have two part-time jobs, and
Mhm.
she still can't pay her bills. I mean, she live with me, and I mean, she pays me rent, and she's having difficulty. And
Yeah, and
what
it
if she
wouldn't be
didn't
a
have
rent,
me?
and that wouldn't be a rent that would be, if she were out on her own, it's a
No,
lot less,
it's
exactly.
a lot, right? It's a lot less. So therefore, she's still having a hard time meeting her, paying her bills, right? And the only reason I charge her rent was for her to learn responsibility. Because one of the thing why
Mhm.
I start charging her rent is that I'm working from home, and every single day I see the UPS truck or Amazon or something dropping off some goods here. And I'm like, obviously, you have a lot of disposable income, right? And I'm working and I'm supporting the household, and I wasn't
Now,
buying just unnecessary stuff, right?
yes, but it's a
That was what was
pandemic.
happening.
But here's my question, it's a pandemic. Is she ordering off Amazon and things like that, basic, needs? Like
No,
toiletries and things like that? Okay. Okay.
no, because some of it you buy shoes that you don't need.
Okay.
You only can wear one shoes at a time.
Well, that's it.
People, you only can wear one pair of shoes at a time. Stop buying 10, 20, 30. You don't need it. Need and want is two different things.
Yeah, this is true. This is true.
People need to know how to economize, and they are not doing that. So, did you know that you have some people go borrow money just to go on a vacation?
Mhm. Mhm.
I
Yep.
wouldn't do that.
No.
There's no way I would borrow money to go on a vacation. I'm sorry, I'm not doing it.
No, but I wonder how many more people will be doing that now because, after being locked in, with the pandemic for 2 years, you realize that maybe some people are realizing that, oh, forget this, life is short. I've got to get out there and enjoy myself,
You know
right?
what they call that?
But
Robbing Peter to pay
hey,
Paul.
Paul, that's right.
Stop it. And
I
some
know.
people spend more than they make. How can you spend more than you make? Okay, guys, I know some of us are not financially savvy, but this is what you need to do. It doesn't take anything to go into a financial institution and ask for somebody to assist you or look at your finances
Mhm.
and says, okay, this is what you need to do. Pay your debt down. This is, you have this debt you're paying. Some people pay only the interest rate every month.
Well, okay, let's stop right there. Yes, they pay only the interest rate. Okay, but those interest rates are, I look at that and think that's just robbery. How that is, that's just basically loan sharking. When I see credit cards that, oh, I love these ones. Here's a special offer. It's only what, 8% interest. But the minute you don't pay, or you're a day late or don't pay on time, like, or pay it off, it goes to 21%, 22%. That's ridiculous. I don't even know how that's allowed.
Well, listen, these institutions, they know that you have people out there. I mean, sometimes people really need the money
Mhm.
and they have no other choice. But some people, I know of an individual. He has a car and he went out and bought a sports car on credit, and then he's paying this high interest rate,
Mhm.
and he had an old car. Why are you buying a new vehicle?
Mhm.
So things like that to me doesn't make sense.
No. No. Well, because we're always told we need things newer and better and fresher, and it's constant. It's in our face, 24/7. We're not supposed to feel content with what we have. We're not supposed to feel content with how we look. We're spend, spend, spend.
Okay, we're gonna bring, because we're already at 27 minutes.
Yeah,
Okay, guys. And I want to make sure you guys get something out of this conversation,
right.
right? I
Yeah.
already cover finances. Okay, if you don't know how to budget, go to somebody who knows how to budget or ask question. Call up a friend who you see is doing very well and ask them what they do, right?
Mhm.
Stop borrowing money. Stop
Mhm.
borrowing money that you don't need, right? That is
Yeah.
one thing. Talk about your personal finance. I know that your personal finance can be very embarrassing to talk about sometimes. But guys, sometimes you have to just know that if it's going to be even embarrassing if when you lose your house.
Mhm.
So they just talk about it now more than leave it. I know, because if I don't have anything, I'm not going to go tell people my personal finance. It's embarrassing, right? Especially if I'm a middle-aged person and I should have had more. Don't worry about those trivial things, right?
Right.
Stop buying on the internet. Only
Mhm.
buy things that you need,
Mhm.
not what you want, right?
Yeah.
Reduce your credit, right? I said that
Mhm.
already. How are you going to cut costs? You're going to cut costs by you purchasing things in bulk, right? You pay attention to to the prices, like the promotion and whatnot. Not hold on, my phone is right here. Guess what, guys? Every evening the school called me. My daughter, she's absent in the morning, so the school call. So I should plug out my phone every time this hour. Yeah.
Okay. Why? She just won't go to school on time?
No, she goes to school. But the thing is, she's late. You know how if you're 10 minutes late or so on and so forth,
Yes,
and you didn't go into that, they call you.
that's right. Yes, yes.
So that is what is happening. So I apologize, guys. That is two video in a row. My phone rang. Right? You can grow your own food. Get your hands dirty. Yes.
Well, it depends on the climate you're living in. It's not
Depending
easy.
on the climate you live in. I'm thinking that a lot of people watching my video. So because I'm an international uh, reduce going out.
Yep.
You can buy no name products, right?
Hmm.
It's good enough. Sometimes it's a name fool you. It's not a better product. I no
No,
name product,
that's right.
right? And shop. Oh, another thing too. Shop at the farmers market. Yes. What do you think? You think the farmers market is any cheaper?
It depends which one, but I have to say, yeah, I find it is a little bit cheaper. Yes, I do.
Cheaper.
Yeah.
Buy seasonal. Like now, guys, we're coming out of winter. So there's going to be a lot of winter clothes on sale at the in the store.
Hmm.
Buy them now. That's the time now to buy a jacket. Because now the jacket is on sale, 50%, 75%
Or
off.
75%. That's right.
Yes, that is how you buy stuff, right? You don't buy it when it hey, you know that my kids, I used to shop on the sale rack.
Hmm.
And my kids think that the clothes is not good enough if it doesn't come off or it's not on the sale rack. That's what they used to think.
That's
Yes.
good.
And I have to tell them, no. Listen, this is what I used to tell them when they were young. I said, you're going to have to shop right here. I show them, you know how they always just have the clothes right in,
That's
right
right.
on. I said, this is where you're going to shop. And they said, but mom, I like that. I said, no, right here. So you know what I did, guys? I'm telling you, this is a trick. Instead of taking the kids to the store, take the clothes home, like a whole bunch of clothes home, and have them pick from it. They don't know if it come from the sale rack.
I don't know what kids care if it could.
No, they don't care. But
No.
when you go to the store, they like to wander off and see things, you know?
Hmm.
And sometimes you will say, okay, this one, because you are trying to convince them to take this one. And them likes a different color. But when you take the clothes home to them, they only just have to pick out what you give them.
I have another trick.
Okay.
Okay,
Share it.
turn them off shopping altogether, and this is what I've done over the years. I
Mm-hmm.
say, let's go to the store. We're going to
Mm-hmm.
buy you some new outfit or new shoes. Oh yeah, okay. And they think in their minds it might take 30 minutes, and I
Mm-hmm.
drag them around for about 4 hours. And they never want to go shopping ever again.
Oh, yes. Yes, that used to happen to my kids today. If I said I'm going to the mall, they don't want
Yeah,
to come.
that's right.
Oh, they're like, again, how long? And then my youngest used to say, which store are we going? If we're only going to this store, that's
Hmm. You see?
right. And she wouldn't want to come. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So guys, you can come up with tricks. And another thing to save money, instead of having your kids buying lunch at school or going out for lunch, what you can do is make them lunch.
Hmm.
Get up out of your bed and make your kids them lunch. Even teenagers, tell them, listen, you have to take a lunch. You buy lunch meat and you buy bread and you show them how to put the bread, the cheese, and every little vegetable and everything, and you can sort them out. These is tricks, and it's cheaper than to go out every day spending $15 to $20 every day,
Hmm. And healthier. Yes.
and healthier. So these are ways you can save money. Cut down on the amount of time you go to the restaurant. If you're eating out once, 4 times a week. Start eating out 3 times a week. Remember what my son order every day. Skip the dishes. Now the price of gas gone up. I can't just imagine
Mm,
the price he's paying for skip the dishes because the price of gas went up. So he
yeah.
must be paying more. So guys, you need to think about those things. $2 here, $3 here, $5 here to have the food delivered to you. My God, that's a lot of money at the end of the week. If you pay $5 every day to have the food delivered, five is what? 25. That's $25 you could have in your pocket.
Oh
Think.
yeah. Yeah.
And that is why and that is why he sits in my basement. They can't move out. Guys, what
That's
is your
hilarious.
here? Right?
Yeah.
No, it's not lie, right? Gas price gone up. He's not even thinking that because guess what? He's not paying what he would have been paying outside of my house. Rent. He's not paying for water. He's not paying for light. He's not paying for what?
Mhm.
Wi-Fi, anything. Him just give me something at the end of the month. And I still, and to be real honest, I can't cook and don't give him. And every day I see food coming in here. Skip the
I
dish.
know.
Yes. And I keep telling him, right?
Yeah, it's
No, you
true.
can shop flyers, guys. You can shop flyers. I do it. I look in the flyers. As a matter of fact, I enjoy cutting out little flyers. You save $2 here, $3 here. Yes, do it. Shop flyers.
It makes you feel good when you get a deal.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Although, I'm gonna crochet, although they said there's always a deal around the corner. When you go to the store
Who
and
are
you see
they?
something and you buy it, you need a sweater. All right, you have sweaters. Say you go to the store now and sweaters are on sale, but you have a 20 sweater downstairs, but the sweater is so cheap. Guys, you don't need it. There's always a deal around the corner. Next year, it's the same deal. So you
It's
don't
true.
need
I don't know if that saying is about clothes and buying clothes, but yes, there there is always a deal. But the other thing too is we really need very little. It's just we get bored and we want to feel
Yeah,
good and look good, but it's too outside, and we're looking outside too much. And hopefully, these last 2 years where people were often a lot of people working remotely, didn't have to drive so much, they started to realize maybe that they didn't need all those things. Like hopefully there was a new way of thinking that's starting as
right.
well.
Guys, and when you're buying big ticket items, shop around.
Hmm.
Yeah, big ticket item, just shop around because guess what? I bought myself a computer and then I went, somebody told me about this website. I went there and it was cheaper. But I didn't shop around. I just go buy the first one I saw. No, no, no. If you want to save money, that's not the best thing to do. Shop around. Look at stuff.
There
Look.
is so many places now. There is so many like thrift stores. There's Marketplace on Facebook. There's Garage. There's all kinds of, and Kijiji, of course, and Craigslist, whatever. There's so many places, and people throw away good stuff. You really don't need to buy brand new anymore.
Right, right. So if you need something, like I need a thermostat. As I said, I live in an older house, and I'm telling you, every night I have to go downstairs. I think I'm going through menopause, and every night, I swear to God, every night I have to go downstairs and turn down the heat, even though I don't know, my temperature just back and forth everywhere. So I went
Yeah.
down and turned on and I'm getting tired of it. I want one of those things that I think I wanted a Nest that you can use your phone and whatever, you can set it and, you know, regulate it. And so
Hmm.
I went today and I did research and then I bought one because honestly, that was a necessity for me, guys. I mean, you would look at it, okay, you can go downstairs every night at 2 in the morning and turn the thermostat down.
And
Or
then you freeze the rest of the family out.
every,
Just open the
yes, every
window,
morning
Shireen.
everybody wake up. Well, in here is so cool. But what this is gonna do, I haven't installed it yet. What this will do though, it will I will set it like 5 o'clock in the morning. It comes back on so that when they get up, it's nice or warm.
Oh, how
Am I
sweet.
a good mother, right? Yes, I am a good mother. Yeah, so I did that. So that's what I did after I left work today. Yeah. So guys, it is 40. We are 40 minutes in and we're gonna wrap up here. D, do
Mhm.
you have any any last minute suggestions that you think we didn't cover here? Because we did cover quite a lot. We talk about cost cutting, we talk about finance, and we talk about how it's impacting us,
Mhm.
right? And what we can do to save some money and what not. So that is it, guys. We are wrapping up.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we can't seem to control the rising costs of living. So do your best to live within your means and know that you don't need bright, new, and shiny all the time. There are other ways to get great quality, and it doesn't have to be brand new out of the store. It can be secondhand, and it could be just as fabulous.
Right.
So, yeah.
And guys, remember to donate. There's a lot of people out there don't have anything. And
Yeah.
I want to touch one thing I never touch on is peer pressure. I know,
Hmm.
yes, peer pressure is a big one. Listen, guys, if you are under any pressure to do anything, call up somebody else and tell them how you feel. Sometimes you can just call up somebody and they talk to you and tell you, no, darling, you don't need that. If it's your friend taking a vacation and you don't have the money to take the vacation, because I know you want to post a picture on Facebook and whatnot, just because. But no, is not the time. Remember, you have to go pay for it and pay
Yeah.
the high interest rate, right? You want to say anything about peer pressure, Dee?
Well, there is. I think that it just in media, TV, social media, everything. If people feel this that they need to keep up with the Joneses and they have to look a certain way and all this. It's just ridiculous. It's just a business. It's a business. Understand that. And we always say this: be happy with yourself. Oh, you're on mute.
Yeah, my son keep going back and forth, and it's distracting.
He needs to move out then.
Yeah, I know he's going back.
Okay.
Guys, guys, I just had to throw a pen at him. Listen, luckily they are not paying me for this channel, right? Oh my God. Oh Lord.
That's another topic. How do you get your kids to move out?
That's a good topic, guys. How we get these people to move out of our house? Because I find that I told him I'm going on live at 8 o'clock, and he must have gone by about 10 times. He goes into the fridge, he took ice out. It's just guys. Anyways, I still have a smile on my face. So
That's right.
therefore, you can't make people stress you. Health is wealth.
Yes.
Health is wealth. And kids, help your mother out. Help your parents out because now it's very expensive out there.
Hmm.
Don't try to get your parents to buy every damn thing them you see in the store.
That's
Right?
right.
No, don't do it. Right? Because I know some of you're bright and you understand what it is, right? You're bright.
Hmm.
And don't, so just do whatever. Anyways, guys, that is it. We are wrapping up. We talk about just about everything, right? If you
Great.
like the video, subscribe to it. I am on Facebook I am on YouTube, Shireen's video. Yes, guys, Shireen's video. And tell us if you need or you want us to talk about another topic.
Hmm.
And we'll try to get some information on that topic for you.
That'd be
Right?
great.
Right,
And
Dee?
right, and feel free to join us. We welcome anyone who would like to come on and talk as well. It'd be great.
Okay. Have a good night, guys. So on Friday, before I go, so we'll be back on Friday. Yes, Friday. So
Okay.
I'll see you guys. Okay, bye.
Have a good night. Bye bye.